Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a minute since I made a video. Been even longer since I made one with the BMWs. Don't pay attention to the chickens in the background. Clearly BMW, I'm a redneck. So let me give you the story on this car, okay? Show you where we're at with it. This is our 84 318i. This is a factory M10 car. It's been doing great. I give like $450 for this car. Brought it home with a locked up engine. Drug the back tire because the wheel was locked up. So we've put suspension on it, new tires and wheels, broke the engine loose. Actually drove it like that for several years with that M10 that just smoked a little bit, but hey, it ran and drove for like at least 3 years. And then vintage 22. A buddy of mine was driving it home. I took the convertible, and he took this car. And on the way home, we popped a coolant line, and it got pretty hot. So instead of spending the time and effort to try to fix the M10, I had this M42 sitting in the back of the shop, waiting for a reason to go in here. So over the past few months, me and some friends have been kind of working through getting this M42 in. So this M42 is a E30 specific M42, meaning it's got the intake manifold and the engine mounts and the oil pan. Everything was, this was just literally a bolt-in deal. The transmission, I went ahead and changed it as well because the factory trans was popping out of second gear, grinding and stuff. So it's got a Z3 trans in it, full 5-speed, and actually the engine is really strong and it's very smooth, but what I'm dealing with is an idle surging issue. And the other night I had my wife driving it, and we were just kind of doing the shakedown on it to see how everything's going, and we popped a coolant line way back up under here that's darn near inaccessible. So in order to fix that and fix the idle issue, I got a pretty good deal on some parts yesterday. Yeah, that's right. I've got ITBs going on this thing. So, pretty excited about that. We've got the Debulus, maybe? I don't know how you say that. We got that Plenum thing. I guess that's what that's called. If I can get it out of here. So we got that, and then we have a throttle cable because I think it's specific, and we got this little chip that you have to have this chip to make all this stuff work. So I'm not real certain about the fuel pressure regulator and all that stuff, but oh, it's got some fuel in it. That's nice. So we're gonna take off the old stuff and bolt on the new stuff and see how it does, I guess. All right, guys, I got the little intake deal pulled off, and I'm starting to get to where I can get to this coolant hose, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the upper intake manifold off and then see what's next, because I'm thinking if I just keep kind of digging down, I'm gonna make it even easier for myself to get to that coolant hose. I'm not sure how this is going to go for reinstallation, but the disassembly went okay. So this is my hose that ruptured, as you can see. So I need to get that fixed. And then I'm looking, I think I'm going to take a shop vac or something and clean up all this debris before I try to put all this back together, because I'm afraid that it's gonna get down into the intake, into the valves and stuff. So yeah, we're making progress. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this and then fix this, and then when I come back, we'll be trying to put on the throttle bodies. So I can't remember where I just left off, like literally a frame ago in this video, but ended up having to replace this little plastic tube while I was in here because as you can see, that nipple right there is pretty much gone. So this was a $10 part. Went ahead and replaced it. So that's in there. Got that put in. Got a new hose going from the plastic tube to the head. While everything was out, I went ahead and hooked up a garden hose to this, I think it was, yeah, this line here under there, and just kind of flushed the system out. Had really nasty, you know, doo-doo water coming out of like all the open ports on the coolant system. So that's all done now. Looks like we're starting to bolt it in and getting everything ready to go now. So that's kind of where I'm at. I need to put the bolts or the nuts on that holds these on. I've got this plug plugged up. Got the fuel lines bolted in or hooked up, and I think that's bolted in. I need to get a nut in this little guy here, or a bolt. I need to get that bolted in, and then I think I can go ahead and mount the plenum portion. So yeah, all right, let me tie up these loose ends. Like I said, I got to get this is for the brake booster. I got to get that plumbed in. I need to get that little bolt put in right there. I need to get these bolted in, and yeah, let's get that done and we'll come back to it. That's buttoned up, done. I ended up having to change this fuel line, this little short section of fuel line, so that there's a nut like right under that hose. I don't know if you can see it right there, but there's a nut under there, and the old hose, the hose clamp was like hitting it. So I don't know how this system worked in somebody else's car. I don't know, it confused me. But either way, I changed that hose, got it where I could get that nut on. It looks to be only like 5 nuts that holds this thing on, so whatever. But yeah, all those are buttoned up. Went ahead and got my vacuum line. This kind of looks like doo-doo, but that's how it came. So we're gonna run it like that for a little while and see how it does. And I'm pretty sure we got those bolted in. The hoses are tight and everything. So now I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and like work on putting this bad boy on. I think let's just set it in here for a second to see how it's going to look, because I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. And also it looks like that hose is supposed to go there, but that's running to my catch can, so I don't know. Uh-oh, already see a problem. Maybe. Okay. I don't want to break that to get that in, and I'm not 100% sure that's going to clear once it's in there. Damn it. Let's see here. If that sits like right, there, it actually should clear everything looking straight down on it. All right, let me see if I can finagle this thing in, and we'll come back to it once I have done so. Well, I've came across a problem. I don't know which one it was, maybe, yeah, that one. So yeah, that's probably going to cause some issues. Also, as you can see, like I'm hitting everything. Like I'm hitting, well, actually I don't think, maybe I'm not hitting the brake booster, but I'm hitting this, not hitting right there, but only barely, and I'm hitting right there. So I think I need to take these off and maybe like just take these off and cut them down maybe 1/2 inch. I think if I cut them down 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch, that'll give me enough room to get them on. And then I'll just go buy some silicone hose or something, some short piece. I might even have some in here, I don't know. But yeah, so I can't do anything else with this right now. Oh, let's see. So that fuel line, no, this fuel line right here was leaking. So I replaced that, and then I had a fuel leak here, so I had to tighten that. And I've actually got the throttle cable kind of installed. This throttle cable, I don't know what this was supposed to come on, but it's gonna be kind of tight. I tried to like move this linkage around to try to get this adjusted better, and I'm probably gonna have to play with that a little bit more, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much until after I get the plenum in here, because like I said, I'm not sure. I may end up having to order a new cable or something. Maybe they sell a longer one, I don't know. So next thing was to do the ECU, which I actually already have taken out. Let me show you what we're doing with it. Let's see here. All right, so I just installed this chip. Okay, this is the chip that came with the parts I bought. This is the original chip. You'll notice, let's see if you can see it, that little notch right there. There's a notch on that front side there. And this thing is pretty easy to get out. There's a little plastic cover that just pops on it, just like that. So when you take this thing apart, you just take the 4 bolts off, and then, yeah, pop this little cover off. I just used a flat blade screwdriver and very gently just kind of lift up on the plastic, and see it pops right up. Do the same thing on the other side. And like I said, the chip's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to get off. I actually kind of boogered this one up taking it off, but you don't have to do that. You can take it off without damaging it. Yeah, so whatever. Now I'm going to put this back together, and I'm going to plug it in, and I guess we're going to try again and see if it'll run. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and close this video out. After installing that chip, the car will fire over, but it just runs like doo-doo. So I ended up ordering the silicone hoses. That way we can get that plenum hooked up with the airflow meter working right. But you know, this being Christmas time, shipping's just taking forever. So we're going to go ahead and close it out. We'll do a part 2. Hopefully in part 2 we'll be bolting up the final pieces and taking this thing for a rip. So thanks for watching. Check us out, part 2.